So that's a permit by the Department of Health as to what they could do, but that there were no applicable violations, sanitary code violations, etc., etc. That's that certificate. Then we have the certificate here, Food Service Establishment Inspection Summary Report. This goes to the heart of the business. It's food service. So this certificate was also, and I hate to give you so much emphasis, but this was issued by Westchester County also. And this was a certificate that gave them, there were no public health hazards found, no public health hazards not corrected. They have 0. Number of other violations found, 0. So this, and this was hand delivered to us and and requested that we made sure that this was posted for the public view. So anyone who comes in here can see these certificates. Here is another certificate, and it's important for one to take a look at this one. This one dealt with an issue of backflow, but it was not the our position is not the responsibility of the store owner. This certificate was signed by the owner, and it showed that they have cured whatever the issues were. They cured those issues, and this was a test and a maintenance backflow prevention device. The stores are open in this building. There are no functional issues. This is something that was also submitted to the city back in July or June or whenever this whole process, before this process started. They submitted it early on, but most important thing is the owner was charged, owner of this building was charged with dealing with those issues. So I just want to make it clear that this place is safe. It's a great place for desserts, and there are no violations. And our problem is that the city keeps putting things, moving the marker. So they're no longer indicating that these are the issues. Now they're looking for some other architect report, which had to be submitted when the store was open, and we believe it was submitted, and we know it was submitted because the store couldn't open unless you had the architecture design. The family and the owners went out and got another architect report or design.
Really quick, I'm just going to reposition the camera before you continue. I'm just going to angle it this way. Okay. Let's do it over here. You go a little more to your left.
Not the fat side.
All right, if you could just, go off where you left off.
Yes, and again, in the spirit of complying, the owners went out and received another architect design to give to the city. This is heavy-handed. We attempted to deliver it to them, to the car. There are 2 inspectors that are out there. There was an attempt, I believe, to take it over to City Hall. And we continue to have this heavy-handed, we're not clear on what business in Mount Vernon was closed with police tape. We just don't see that. We don't see that anywhere. So we call this the heavy-handedness of this particular administration. We believe it's retaliatory. We believe it's still anger. And we believe it's vindictive. And because this could easily be resolved. What do you have? Do you have your plans? Here they are. And that's it. But you rather come here and threaten to shut down and so forth and so on. We can't even get an answer from the inspectors outside. So this is a tragedy. Hold off on that. This is a tragedy.
And really quick, I'd like to give people a picture of exactly what happened here today. What time did they come by?
I'm not sure. It was about 3 hours ago, whatever that time is. I'm lost in time right now.
Okay.
It's about 3 hours ago.
Okay, so we're thinking
then they
a little
called
after
me.
9 or 10?
Around 10:30.
Yes.
Around 10:30.
And they called me and I was on my way. So I asked them not to do anything until I was able to arrive here.
Who exactly came here at 10:30?
We believe it's the members of the building department. A gentleman named Amundi and I think Guy Lorius.
And they're from the building department.
And I believe Guy Lorius and Mr. Amundi are sitting in the car.
No, they left. They pulled.
Oh, they left. Okay.
Dan Jones was here the first
So
time.
what exactly did they say when they came here today? I know they didn't give you much, but if you could just share the
I
what they
wasn't
did.
here during that time. I know that they attempted to say, for some reason, with all of the certificates here and the fact that all we have is this, they attempted to say it was unsafe or whatever it is they attempted to say. This place is not unsafe. Westchester County, every person, entity has indicated it is a safe place. If it's not safe, you haven't told us why it's not safe. So you keep doing this, and you know, it's right after the holidays, so they're still thinking about this place. They're not thinking about any other businesses, but they have their mind on this place. So we continue to see, I believe it's retribution, it's a level of, you know, retaliation.
And is this regarding Maisha's father?
Yes, Mr. Jones, who's here, Mr. Jones, who reports, critical of a lot of people. You have to look at the paper. It's not just this mayor. They call it the way they see it in other counties, and they report on other things. So the fact that we're critical, or they're critical of the mayor, I think it's just the cowardness to actually attack his daughter and his wife.
Okay, and I just want to make it clear again. So today, I just like to get a clear sentence on our tape here. When the building inspectors came here today, or the members of the building department, they did not give you any reasons why they deemed it unsafe?
No. From what I understand from my client. I wasn't here during that time.
He said he was sent by his boss.
Okay, so what's the next step moving forward now?
Well, depending on what they do today, because, I'm sorry, I have my hand in.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Depending on what they do today, we're not clear on whether there's a full shutdown. We're not clear, and the reason why we're here, we're not clear as to whether they're going to come with locks and chains to chain the door.
He had locks earlier.
He
had locks.
So they had locks earlier to chain up the door. So the next action, depending on the situation that happens today, we know there's going to be court action. So that's going to happen.
Okay.
But right now, we're kind of trying to figure out, since no one's telling us what happens next, then we're trying to find out whether they're going to come back about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. The police are outside, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and put locks on the door. So we're kind of waiting.
And I just like to, I know there is another lawsuit right now underway, correct? Maisha has a lawsuit against Mayor Thomas?
Well, we filed a notice of claim. There's several lawsuits that are coming. We have one. Ms. Jones has filed a lawsuit against the city of Mount Vernon and various other entities. So,
and is that related to the first attempt to close the shop down?
Well, it's sort of, but it's what has happened to her inside of the police department and the kinds of harassment and things that she's been going through as a detective, as a wonderful person in the community. She's been going through a lot, even through her job as a member of the police department for Mount Vernon.
And I know you said over there, I'd like to get it from this angle too, just in case there's
That's
any
her right there, and she's
interruption
crying.
with sound. Can you just again say on camera who exactly has verified, as we see on the wall, that this facility is safe for customers?
Well, we absolutely have the Westchester County Department of Health. You can't get any higher than that. We also had the food establishment inspection summary. That's also from the Westchester County. I have other certificates that were attached to the notice of claim. I just don't have them with me. The fire department also, I'm not sure where this came from, but the fire department also came in and cleared them of any issues. There were no issues. So we have about 3 to 4 certificates about a myriad of things to show that this place is safe and not unsafe. We have a wonderful officer here. I'd like to speak to him. Well, he was here. But he left.
And my final question for you, what type of, have you ever seen a case like this before?
Well,
and what could this lead to?
In politics, we see it, what we're now seeing at the highest level now. We're seeing a vindictive at the highest level of office in this country. I don't like something, I fire you. I don't like what you said, I get rid of you. If you say something about me, I'm going to say something nasty about you and your family. This is now how politics is going. We've gotten so dirty and dishonest, and that means we cannot believe anything that the city says. And I say that to you as a reporter.